MF and Game, A-Side Official. You already know the first in the building. WCS on deck, man, this Monday to jumpstart the week. Hopefully everyone is doing great. You made it to your free destination or en route safely. Those of you that's out here in the workforce, getting it in, believe me, I know what that's like. Wherever you may be, you know. Yesterday, I was supposed to come over here and talk about, the Crawford situation, how, people are acting like that the information is finally official. Just because Mauricio Suleiman said something about it. I've been told you all it wasn't gonna happen. It was off. You know what I'm saying? I told people that the rematch was off. And then Crawford came out the next day and said, I'm glad it's over. I broke the news, but people trying to act like it's officially off. I told you it was off. It was done. It was over. It wasn't nothing else to be done, you know? So you say what you want to say. People want to act like they naive, man, and can't listen. Hey, shout out to Jay, the first in the building, man. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? So before I get deep into what's next in the Canelo situation, yesterday, people was hitting me up, right? And they was like, well, I let Ben Israel on. I let him on simply because he owed people. And people was looking for him. I didn't have anything to do with Cam pulling up anything like that. But I let the brother on because he owed people money. I'm surprised he even clicked the link. But he knew he owed people money. He tried to get on there in front like he paid his debts, and he didn't. I was just gonna go over there and shoot the shit with him a little bit. Why? Because I don't open up panels like that. I rarely drop the link throughout the year. So when I do it, I don't care about all that other nonsense he had going on. That's him. He want to be a loudmouth and overtalk you. But let's see how long it takes for him to return back to the chat. Because, ITC Boxing, Cameron then went live. And, they was trying to contact the brother so they can get paid. See, Ben, he look at me as like, it's easy for him to say, oh, I deny anything, this, that, and the other, because he know he owed, just like the White owed me, just like A1 Hoop Zone owes me. These niggas on here make bets and they don't pay up, yo. If it was the other way around and Crawford would have lost, these cats would have been all in my chat talking about, oh, you're a member. You're a vet. You're a vet. You're supposed to have better honor, courage, and commit. They would have went on Google looking up, the Marine Corps mantra and shit. You know what I'm saying? They would have been like, hey, you're a vet. You're supposed to represent the vets of the United States of America. How dare you come on here and lie to the people? I'm like, come on, bro. But I just let the fool on here. Because he owed people money. That's what it was. Carlos on deck. What's good? I appreciate you, man. Shout out for you for that cash app there, Carlos. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for support of the channel as always, my brother. Town Biz, what's good? People need to always stay true to their word and pay their what they owe. If you don't bet with what you don't have, yeah, don't bet what you don't have. Shout out to Town Biz in the building. Shout out to Town Biz in the building, man. Salute to you. They would have had your military record, subjugated phone number. Hey, man, Bro, if I would have had all that debt out there and I would have went ghost, man, I never would have heard the last of any of it, bro. But this dude out here been gone since July 29th. He ain't paid all his debts. He acting like he had all that money to pay up. And that was a part of the freaking agreement for him to stay off for 6 months. Get out of here. You're not even a content creator, dog. What good is it going to do for you to stay off social media that long? You're not even a content creator, bro. The VIN number. Hey, man. Hey, they would have had everything, bro. They would have had childhood photos. They would have had all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But y'all see him out there, point him in data, Cam and them, ITC boxing, point him in their direction. I'm kind of done with the nigga. You know, I'm kind of done with him. If he's gonna deny he bet me money, just like I be who I be, he hasn't been back over here for what? You was over here for the fight, and all of a sudden you're not over here because you owe me. I'm pretty sure I be who I be. I'm owed money, but they're gonna stay away long, right? They're gonna stay away a long time and then come back over here 5 years later, like nothing happened. You feel me? That's the way it's gonna be, like nothing happened. And one thing about me, right? The real ones know what it is. When you get a dude like Ben that want to talk about where I'm from and what he think about what he knows, just think about it this way. I went in the service at 17. This dude up here talking about how ATL is now. Like, oh, I want to move somewhere that's not my hometown. My family is where I was born in Georgia. My family's down here, right? He want to make it seem like he's making me uncomfortable by telling me what I already know. What? You supposed to, just because more people have moved down here and you got a different type of, you have different type of community, ATL, and all over for that instance, somebody's supposed to move away because Ben's up here making light of that? Man, get out of here. That shit been going on for years now. You know what I'm saying? It's a heavy community of the acronym community down here. You know what I'm saying? You got your share of women, you got your share of men who are part of that community. What they got to do with me staying here? And a dude that ever met me will tell you some shit that they even suspect. Look, ain't a nigga never told me. No, it ain't nobody that ever met me that would say I suspect this of him. I suspect this. Nobody gonna tell you that. But a brother like Ben who goes up here and keep talking about it, that means it's on his mind. The ones who talk about it a lot, it's on his mind. I don't talk about that shit. Believe me. And I have to reflect upon my guy Josh Greer Jr., right? He said it best. He said, if you got a little bitch in you, I'm going to find it. Somehow, some way, I'm going to find it. You're going to show me where that bitch is at. You got just that much bitch in you, you know? Come on, bro. I can't do nothing about the way the city is now. I know when I was growing up, the city wasn't like that. But I can tell you this, it is a lot of females down here. It is a lot of females down here. And then niggas want to talk about, I don't wear facial hair, right? let me tell you another thing about that shit, right? Listen. When I went into the military, they had me dry shaving, and I never was supposed to be dry shaving. That's one of the worst areas of boot camp, when you go in there and they be having you move and go a part of the basic daily routine, and the black recruits in there, we should never have to dry shave. They should have really some electric razors for us in there, because it really messes your skin up for life if you don't get it checked out. I mean, mine is much better, but I was dry shaving in boot camp, and ever since then, it took only The 64 training days for that, they never hardly really clear up. I never should have been shaving to begin with. But I don't like facial hair. I hear dudes talking about don't trust a nigga with no mustache. Dude, that's less I gotta deal with. I just never like facial hair. I just never like, getting a beard. You know what I'm saying? I never could grow a beard, but I can grow this right here. I just never liked this shit. So I shave it off. It ain't nothing that I gotta prove to a nigga, but I'm not gonna tell them dudes to stop. If they want to talk about the way ATL is now, there's nothing I can do about it. I can care less. This dude was talking about San Francisco, ATL. You're talking about going to a place and all you are looking for is where the homosexuals at. I don't know about that, man. Something strange. Something strange about that. Real talk. Dion on deck. What's good? Shout out to my guy Dion, man. What's good with it? Shout out to Toby Bartlett. I can't really see the comments with the sun and everything with these prescription tints, but shout out to Toby Bartlett, man. Mr. International in the building. I see you. What's good? But let me get off that. Ben Israel a bum. He couldn't even pay his debts. Just like another bum, that ran off Dwight. He a bum. He couldn't pay his debts. Coming in on the alias accounts and shit. So let me tell you about the Crawford situation and how people are trying to switch things up, right? I see the content creators out here that's really trying to make a Teofimo Bud Crawford a thing, right? He's trying to make it a thing. When Tank Davis, right, who's at 135, kind of called out Crawford, Crawford was saying he was too small. What I'm saying? He's a small guy, he ain't get no credit for him. They're trying to compare that to what Canelo's saying. This is the way I look at it. Crawford basically prognosticated that when he goes in there and beats Spence, they're going to say he was weight drained and he stayed in the division too long. You know what I'm saying? Even though Spence was a bigger guy. But Crawford has the accolades to basically level up and be equally considered to step in there and face Canelo Alvarez at 168. He has the accolades. Now, Canelo's response to that is, I have everything to lose and nothing to gain. Which is not true because you have somebody with accolades. So this is how they're trying to compare the Canelo Crawford situation. They're trying to bring up Boots Ennis and to say he has nothing to bring. Crawford's telling, oh, he's a theater fighter, he has nothing to bring. Them two are not even remotely close as to why Crawford is selected not to fight him. These guys are reaching and they're doing it purposely just to try to get people agitated. I'm not agitated. I'm not the one getting paid anything off of it. But if you believe for 1 second that that's the same type of scenario where Crawford refusing to fight Boots because he has a title, you're talking about his mentality isn't that he has everything to lose and nothing to gain with Boots. Nobody's going in that fight saying it's a 50-50 fight with Crawford and Boots. Are you out your damn mind? Nobody is saying that that's a 50-50 fight. If you talk about Crawford Canelo, people are going to sit up here and say, oh, that's a 50-50 fight because they don't know. They're not going to give freaking Crawford a serious betting odds as being an underdog. Canelo is not going to be sitting up here pretty, trying to act like, oh man, you saw the odds. They got Canelo as the favorite. It's going to be an easy fight. Nobody, no diehard boxing fan is looking at it that way. So when you try to compare Crawford to other situations, such as trying to bring in Teofimo Lopez, listen, Tio, he has his freaking accolades. Okay? He has his accolades. But what is Crawford going to gain as far as his legacy go? He's just going to gain Teofimo's name. His name. He already has a loss. So, you know, he's not gaining an undefeated record. You know what I'm saying? By fighting him. And also, you have a guy that's coming up and he defeated Josh Taylor, two-time lineal champion, and he's moving up to attempt to fight Bud Crawford. The separation comes into play is the money. Tio's not a big money fight. A lot of people are going to say that Crawford's not a big money fight. He's a bigger money fight than him fighting Canelo, than him fighting Teofimo Lopez. Tio has some accolades to him, but he doesn't bring anything as far as the monetary value. Nothing. Why is he still fighting free? Where's the pay-per-view numbers? All that. You have to bring something to the table. You can sit up here and tell people, I'm the money man. I'm the prize fighter. I'm the best in the business. This, that, and the other. And then you go in there and have a performance like Jermaine Ortiz and can't cut out the freaking ring. And just to think, we just had something similar to Shakur Stevenson. Now they're saying the same thing about Shakur Stevenson. Can't cut out the ring. This, that, and the other. Crawford is not going to gain anything fighting Teofimo Lopez when it comes to the business of the sport. Y'all are trying to compare it as in Canelo denying Crawford an opportunity based off what? Having everything to lose and nothing to gain. Well, if you want to look at it that way, Canelo does have something to gain. He knows it. He has the entire package of a fighter that's on the pound-for-pound list. First and foremost, where's Tio on the pound-for-pound list? I'll wait. Once again, Crawford has the opportunity to fight another fighter on the pound-for-pound list. Does it matter? Yes, I'll wait. It absolutely matters. It absolutely matters. Canelo can get up here and say what he wants. He can say, oh, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? I have nothing to gain from it. When I beat him. Beat him. How are you going to say he's too small and you're not that big of a fighter? Why didn't Bivol tell you the same thing? Just because you moved up there at 175 and fought before, it was okay? You were still a smaller fighter or not? Canelo's not that big of a fighter. You just don't want Crawford to have a shot at those belts. That's all that is, Canelo. Canelo doesn't want Crawford to have a shot at the belts because he knows that's a dangerous fight for him. That's a damn dangerous fight, y'all. That's a dangerous fight for sure. You know what I mean? That's a dangerous fight, yo. So y'all can't sit up here and compare, you know, Crawford and Teofimo Lopez. You can't compare Crawford and Teofimo Lopez or Crawford Jaron Ennis to Crawford Canelo. Because erasing all those, if you can put Ennis and Teofimo together, they're not on the pound-for-pound list like that. They're not a big name as Canelo. So it's a much bigger fight. You know, hey, people are going to continue to hate Crawford because they know it's a big fight. They know it's the best fight in boxing right now. Seriously, it's the best fight in boxing. Whether they want to admit it or not, it's the best fight in boxing, y'all. It's the best fight in boxing. And they're going to have to figure it out at the end of the day, man. It's a lot of channels. All they're doing is like, this is what they try to do. It's a slingshot effect, right? They want to pull it back and throw a pebble at the window and see if they can get a reaction. You know what I'm saying? They want to throw a pebble in the water to pretty much see can they get a ripple out of it. You know what I'm saying? Any reaction they can get to build up this fight, to basically devalue Crawford. Who's a bigger name than Crawford right now to step in and face Canelo? You know what I'm saying? With the accolades that Crawford has. Who is it? I like Benavidez. I like David Benavidez. Don't have nothing bad to say about Benavidez. You know, fighters make mistakes all the time. I like Benavidez as a fighter. But you have certain channels out here that's pretty much trying to inject, you know, negativity into something and trying to build up a fight. I mean, come on, the YTC ain't gonna make a fight for you. T.O. don't bring anything to the table except his accolades. That's it. He don't bring anything to the table at 147 pounds. So you know who you are. You need to stop capping about Teofimo being ready for Crawford, because he isn't. Crawford will end that man's career bad. Teofimo will not make it. Look, Teofimo will not make it to the 5th round in that fight. And if he does, it's only because of Crawford carrying him. If you think T.O. was ready, y'all will be pushing a lot harder for that fight, right? You'll be pushing a lot harder. Now that it's so-called officially off, you should be doing a live on T.O. fighting Crawford every day if you believe that's the fight you want. Do you remember what T.O. said? He'll fight Crawford at a catchweight. But this is the guy who was up here saying all this shit like, hey, I want to fight the best. He say he the best, I'm the best. But then after that performance, he come talking about fighting at a catchweight. Now they bringing up shit. Excuse me. They bringing up old interviews and trying to say, well, Crawford wanted to fight him at 60. You know, I could have sworn that was Jermell Charlo who said, come down to 158. Or something like that. I'll fight you at 158. But they was talking about Crawford had made mention to come down and wait. And Canelo responded, I don't have to do that. Why do I have to do that? Why do I have to do that? I never heard Crawford say he had to come down to 160. At first, he was calling out Jermell Charlo, and then he said he was going to fight Canelo. I heard Jermell Charlo say 158. You know what I'm saying? I heard him say it. At one point in time, two Charlos and a Spence was calling out freaking Canelo. Nobody was up here bitching and complaining about who Crawford, you know, was fighting, because they didn't want to keep him in the freaking conversation. But two Charlos and a Spence was calling out freaking Canelo damn near at the same time, y'all. Two Charlos and a Spence. All you heard, I faced Canelo at 168. They weren't saying nothing, but all of a sudden Crawford has proven by dispersing Spence, and then you turn around and you act like it's a problem now. You saw how easy it was for him to beat Spence. Now you want to make all the damn excuses in the book and act like the fight don't make any sense. But when Spence was doing it, they was like, oh shit, that's going to be a big fight. Oh my God, Spence and Canelo, oh my God. Who can win that fight? It would have been homicide, murder. That's what it would have been. It would have been a murder. You feel me? Spence would have fought Canelo. Let me back up a little bit. Hold up. Wait a minute. No. Hold up. Wait a minute. Because I always got to go back to when I told people that Charlo is an undisputed fighter at 154 and that he's not going to get knocked out. It's going to be a TKO. Canelo's going to save him. What did Canelo do? He chaperoned him to the 12th round. Looking back at it, it's possible that Canelo would have freaking escorted Errol Spence the same way. But anyway, I still stick to what I said. It would have been a murder. Now that Crawford's went in here and decimated Spence's entire career, now him fighting Canelo is a problem. You know what I'm saying? him fighting Canelo is a problem. But when two Charlos and a Spence was doing it, it was never a problem. But Charlo beat Spence, and now he's zoned in on Canelo. You have other channels up here that's trying to say the fight don't make any sense with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? But yet, you should fight Boots and Teofimo Lopez. Neither one of them bring business sense to the fight with Crawford. And the reason why Crawford is pushing the fight with Canelo is because he want the bag. He want the big money. He want legacy. What legacy is he getting from freaking Teofimo and Jaron Ennis? What legacy he's getting? 3-time undisputed? I don't think he really wants for that asterisk to be on his record and say, yeah, he's 3-time undisputed. He was 2-time. He was twice undisputed in the welterweight division. Well, how did that happen? Well, he picked up the belts from T-Mobile Massacre July 29, 2023. And then he ended up fighting Jaron Ennis in 2025. And the outcome was he beat him. He beat him bad. And he got his belt back that the IBF had took from him the same year he won the titles. Oh, that wasn't challenging. That wasn't challenging, was it? So you're just a guy that received the belt administratively? Yep. Inbox. No signature required. DocuSign. Well, I have to put an asterisk on that 3-time undisputed. I mean, I like Crawford. But I have to put an asterisk on, you know what I'm saying? That's what it would be. Real talk. That's what it would be, y'all. I ain't lying to you. I like the strays over here. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Appreciate the strays for pulling up. I see we got a lot of spam over there. But hey, those cats that spam their wrenches, the ones that spamming, time them out. Appreciate it. If they're not really up here talking about boxing and they asking dumbass questions, can you do me a favor and time them out? Can you twist that wrench a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Can you fine tune the chat, please? The hottest chat in the game don't need pharaohs over here, the strays. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's the way I look at that with the Crawford situation. He has more to earn as far as what he made off the Spence fight, getting the victory, defeating a pound-for-pound fighter, and then going out here pursuing, challenging Canelo Alvarez. You cannot put Boots and Teofimo in the same situation because they don't have the prize fighting backing. They're not a prize fighter like that. You know what I'm saying? Just because he was able to take a fight, the purse bid for Triller, and it fell out, that just goes to show you how Floyd Mayweather slid in there and you didn't have no power against Floyd Mayweather, a retired fighter. A retired fighter, T.O. Ennis haven't did anything. I'm not here to dog out Ennis. But Ennis know he ain't did anything. You know, he don't have no numbers, man. He don't have any numbers. But for Crawford to say that's a fight that I need. I need that fight right there. You know, with Canelo, he know he's gonna get, you know, the prize fighter. He has the numbers, Canelo, and both of them have the legacy behind them. Canelo can't deny that. Canelo's at a point right now where he's saying, I can do what I want to do. Crawford's saying the same thing. I can do what I want to do. But Canelo's unwilling to give Crawford the opportunity to go in there and fight him because he knows Crawford is a dangerous fighter. Am I call it ducking? At this point, Canelo has no problem with wearing the duck label on his chest. You know what I'm saying? The cherry picking label. He has no problem with that because he's making millions, y'all. When you get to the point where Canelo can get paid regardless of who he's fighting, and it's well into the millions, he don't give a damn about what y'all talking about. And that's what Crawford's telling you. You can tell him all day, oh, fight this guy, fight that guy, fight this guy. He's trying to make money, the biggest paycheck. I heard somebody say he's trying to cash out. Nigga, he's going to win. He's trying to go in there and win with the paycheck and everything else, just like he did the 29th of July. He want everything to be business, wrapped tight. You know what I'm saying? Wrapped in a nice little bow. Everything in the contract is beneficial. That's what he wants. He don't want to go in there and not be getting what he think he deserve based off what he's earned. You feel me? Shout out to the OG Mr. Golden. What's good? What's good? I appreciate that. Yeah, if they over here just talking some nonsense, man, you know, turn that wrench for me. I appreciate you. But that's why I'm at with it. You know, y'all trying to build something up, you know, through criticism. The same guy that's over there trying to build up Teofimo Lopez and say Crawford, this is the same guy back in the day, and I got receipts that brought up a raccoon. That brought up a raccoon head with the little mask on it, and he was trying to say that was Crawford back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to make fun of Crawford in a racist way. You know what I'm saying? Well, all of a sudden, they want to play the game now. They want to play the game and be over there with PBC. And then over here with Top Rank, they trying to play the game and trying to act like, oh, all of a sudden I want to get Teofimo Lopez. But back then, you was up here calling a man with the ER. You was calling the N-word with the ER. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you act like you trying to build Tio to fight Crawford, or saying that Crawford's ducking. How's Crawford ducking Tio? Tio don't have no pay-per-view numbers, you know what I'm saying? No, outside of his freaking accolades and where Crawford's trying to go, he don't have the numbers yet. You know what I'm saying? People was booing at that fight. You was up there telling people to suck a D. When has Crawford had to tell his audience to suck a D and start talking about the pyramids? Well, you go to Omaha and you go down Highway 11, and you make that right and go up to 708. The 513 is right there. You see a big sign. You go down that dirt road right there, and you drive down about 3 kilometers, and you're going to see the pyramids. You know, the pyramids have history to them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people lost their life, and, you know, they built them off the back. They broke their back building those pyramids over there in Omaha. You know, there's no film out there, but you're talking about united we stand, divided we fall. And you know when Harriet Tubman, you know, sat on the back of the bus. Oh, my fault. That was goddamn Rosa Parks. I get my Black history confused so much. Well, Harriet Tubman did try to get on the bus, but it was an underground railroad, which really wasn't a physical goddamn vehicle, but a lot of people did. But, you know, either way, you know, the Underground Railroad and the bus Rosa Parks got on, it was the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Harriet Tubman rode the back of the bus too, and she stood for something. She stood for something, people. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Tio always mentioning Rosa Parks. What's your infatuation with Rosa Parks? Nigga, you should be talking about Harriet Tubman, nigga. For real. You should have been talking about Harriet Tubman. You know, the work she put in, man, moving them slaves. Now, you need to talk about something else, bro. You're always quoting Black history, But yet you was mad at the black fighters and told Top Rank to keep the black fighters. Make up your mind what you gonna do. You say you black from the waist down, right? I mean, what? I mean, come on, bro. Make up your mind. You gonna embrace the blacks or not? You act like you playing the line of confusion. You want people to believe that you with the culture, but you're trying to step on the culture. You think you can pick and choose and do what you want when you want to get people to be down with you, the black culture, and then treat them like shit at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You can't really challenge Crawford like that without trying to make it racist. You're trying to throw subliminal shots and make it racist. You can't challenge him based off what you've achieved inside the ropes. You want to make it seem like, oh, it's racism still exists. Throwing all those subliminal shots. I tell people, yeah, you are manipulated when it comes to the media. But that don't mean I won't comment on it, T.O. You can't talk about black fighters without bringing up race, bro. You from Honduras. How many boxers you know from Honduras is world champions? Honduras, when it comes to their football team, it's a shame. What sport does Honduras really represent? If I was you, I would have been represent Honduras. I would have been paying more attention to them over there. Now you finally starting to rep their flag because you want to be considered international? They're not going to do that, bro. They're not going to do that for you. You've been repping New York once upon a time. Now you want to rep the Honduran flag. And you know, I mean, come on, man. And then, you know, you want to rep Florida. You want to make it seem like you are one of these global icons, man. You was born in many places. You have roots in many places, bro. Well, one root you better not ever accept the fight in if that root was growing in Omaha, Nebraska. Because look, if you want to prove to the people, if that fight was available, that you can beat Crawford, you'll fight him in his own backyard. Because Crawford's fought in your backyard before. It just wasn't against you. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't against you. And you and Crawford can't fight at MSG right now because, you know, you went from MSG to the Hulu Theater. How does that work, T.O.? How does that work? And you know, how can you go from the Madison Square Garden to the Hulu Theater, bro? How does that work? Believe me, people, they can't talk about Crawford without bringing up racism, dog. If they are a Hispanic fighter, there's not too many out there that's in line to fight Crawford like that. Canelo don't have to do it because he's such at a high level, an elite fighter. Canelo, you know, said he wasn't gonna fight no more Mexican fighters, and people still have a stomach ache. They have an ulcer from that shit. But if you look at a fighter that started fighting 15 years old, and half of his freaking box rec is in Mexico against nobodies, then I can see how he just didn't want to go back to tasting those hors d'oeuvres that he was fighting. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're talking about higher level opposition now, still, he has a lot of Mexican fighters on his resume, bro. A lot. So how we going to get past this, man? You know what I'm saying? How we going to get past, you know, these channels out here trying to make it a race thing? You know, all I can say to the listeners, be very, very aware of these channels that's trying to push a fight. And then through the fight, they're trying to, you know, they're contradicting themselves because they'll sit up here and criticize everything Crawford has done, while in the fact they're trying to build up Teofimo Lopez to fight Crawford. If you're saying Crawford ain't did this, that, and the other, then why do you want the Crawford that the fighter you supporting heavy and T.O. to fight Crawford? I say the same thing about T.O. If you're going to say something about the man to build it up, give him his props. Give Crawford his props, man. Say, okay, this is what he's did. He's a great fighter. He's pound for pound. But don't sit up here and dog his resume out And then you're trying to get T.O. to fight him. Why does T.O. need to fight Crawford if he doesn't add up? If everything he's did in his career doesn't add up, why get him to fight him? Obviously, you know it's a big fight. Obviously, you know Crawford is not going to allow that shit to go to the scorecards. And T.O. is just weighing on my patience with his buffoonery. You know what I'm saying? I don't dislike T.O. You know what I'm saying? But you're weighing on my patience with, you know, the way you go about taking losses, and you're getting out of the performance that you had with Diego Magdaleno. You know what I'm saying? We need the star power. We need the, you know what I'm saying? No backwards flips. I didn't see you do a backwards flip. A backflip, rather. I didn't see you do a backflip when you won that decision with Jermaine Ortiz. I didn't see it. Maybe somebody else did. I know Tank Davis flipping off top ropes and shit. I didn't see no freaking dancing. Because I know you can dance. You showed it to us during the promo. I didn't see any celebration. You feel me? I didn't see it. I didn't see it, bro. I wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why. And the dumbest part of all, you was talking about how much you want to fight Crawford and everything, but then you turn around and say you'll fight him at a catchweight as if you're the A side. You're not dictating the terms around here at all. Man, I got 40-something in the building and only 10 likes. Man, y'all be bullshit when it come to me. I get it. I get it, man. I get it, man. Y'all want to act all bougie and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I say y'all the hottest chat in the game. I can't even get more than 10 likes. That's why I don't come on. Look, that's why I don't show my face that much. Why am I show my face all the time? Just so y'all can give me likes. Y'all know how a nigga look. Ben said I had arched eyebrows. Let me show you my arched eyebrows. He said I had arched eyebrows, y'all. I'm from the A. Look, the inner me wouldn't even allow me to arch my eyebrows. The man in me, the nigga in me wouldn't allow me to arch my eyebrows. But Ben said I had arched eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? Hey, dog. Hey, man, stop it. Look, hey, the inner me will stop me. My hand will come up like this. Stop. I got to do it. The inner me will be fighting. For real. They say, nah, bro. Nah, I can't allow you to do that. It's your conscience talking, nigga. Put that shit down. Okay, I'm in the ATL, though. I got to... I want to arch. Man, stop the madness, bro. Shit, man. Niggas come to the A, boy, they get shook. They get shook. And then all you, look, and for them dudes to sit up here always talking about every time the A is mentioned, that's what's down here. Y'all come down here looking for the wrong thing. Period. There's a goddamn lot. There's so many women down here in the A. You have no idea. Fine ass women too. But that's where I'm at with the Crawford situation. When you're on top, you know, people always want to come for you. Real talk. People always want to come for you, man. You know? You got people still on here in the YTC trying to make fights. If I was to put up a poll, who will win? Bud Crawford or Teofimo Lopez? If the poll is not up there, you see one go up today, it's because I mentioned it. Who will win, Teofimo Lopez or Crawford? Or a poll that said, should Crawford fight Teofimo Lopez? If Crawford and Crawford versus Teofimo Lopez, does it go past 6 rounds? That would tell you the truth right there, bro. Does it go past 6 rounds, man? Crawford would treat Teofimo like he's a new student in the B&B Boxing Academy. The IQ is too far apart. And as I said to Diddy James and Errol Spence Jr. there, T.O., you're not going to be able to outthink Crawford in the ring. And your dad won't be able to outcoach Boback, who's over in that corner. There's levels to this shit. Levels. Plural. Plural. There's no way. See, Crawford's mentality is not like Canelo's, man. Crawford has a killer, a kill switch that once it's on, man, he can't turn the shit off and nobody in his corner can. With you, T.O., I don't know where the switch is at. I'm seeing you, like, when you leveled up in competition, I don't know, man. Like, you fought a good fight with Lomachenko for sure. You know what I'm saying? You got the belt, you know, from Comey. And then you had your situation with Kambosos, where Kambosos was willing to engage with you and you didn't have to really go find him. Same with your first fight at 40. Then your second fight, Santa Martin. Same style Jermaine Ortiz tried to come with. And then, you know, you had your moment when you fought Jermaine Ortiz. You broke down like Danny Garcia did. You know what I'm saying? And you was shedding tears and stuff. Why? I just never seen Crawford waiting for a decision where he started shedding tears like he had lost. I mean, that's the difference, bro. You was sitting there waiting on the scores to be read, and you start looking up at the ceiling. I can't say it's the heavens, but you was just looking up at the roof. You was looking at your title like, you know what I'm saying? What were you going to say? You was going to blame it on Top Rank? Top Rank is allowing you the rope. They're allowing you the yellow brick road to get the odds, bro. But the way you broke down and came emotional, it's almost like it seemed like you crossed over. And you might have felt like, man, I felt that they looked out for me this time. Real talk. Like who breaks down like that in a fight that wasn't that tough? Like, this wasn't Hernandez and Foster back and forth fight. Like, this wasn't no fight for the ages, you know, Rocky moment, you know what I'm saying, Creed moment. That wasn't it. That fight was that fight was boring. That fight had its moments here and there. It wasn't like you had to fight for your life, but you was emotional. You invited Jermaine Ortiz into the corner, and once he kicked open the door, you act like, oh shit, I didn't mean now. You're supposed to wait for my signal. Jermaine, like, you said, come on. You trying to do that Lomachenko shit. Come on, come on. And Ortiz came in there and obliged. And you up there in the high guard. Come on, bro. You don't want that Crawford smoke. You don't want that Crawford smoke. You don't want that Crawford smoke, buddy. You do not want Terrence Crawford on your BoxRec as a TBA. I mean, as your next opponent. You do not want BoxRec to ever read that, T.O. You don't want it, bro. It's just some fights you should just leave well alone. You might have the youth on your side, just like I say with Ennis, but neither one of you are ready for that. Neither one of you, bro. Especially you, T.O. You are not ready. If you want to prove yourself to step in there with Crawford, why don't you fight Ennis? Why aren't y'all boosting yourselves up to fight Ennis? Why you don't want to go in there and fight Ennis? Why you don't want to fight Ennis? He's the IBF world champion. You should be able to go in there and fight Ennis, bro. Real talk. You should be able to go in there and fight Ennis, man. Stop playing around. Andrew Charles, what's good? That's who y'all should be hyping up over there. Jaron Ennis. Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Fight somebody that they don't think you can beat. You want to go for the top dog, and you still young in the game, man. Crawford will do you something dirty. You'll get filthy in there real quick. Seriously. I would give you fair warning there, T.O. I wouldn't go doing that right now. You know what I'm saying? He's 36 years old. He's at the peak. You know what I'm saying? He still got his competitive edge. I don't think that's a fight you need to get in there with, bro. I don't see it. I do not see it. I do not see it, bro. I still like you as a fighter, but I'm disappointed in how you're going about things in big fights. You're supposed to go in there and route these guys. Crawford at welterweight, he route these guys. He get them up out of there. He forced the referee to come in here and pretty much call the fight off. TKO victory. KO, TKO, don't matter. It's still considered a knockout when you look at your box rec. 40-0. Come on, T.O. And to that guy who's trying to run, just run up the hype train on YouTube. It's fun. It's adorable at the end of the day. It's adorable. You're trying to get people to believe that Crawford's ducking this person and that. It's adorable. You know what I'm saying? It's adorable. It's just like seeing a little kid trying to move furniture. You know what I'm saying? The 7-year-old kid see you moving and they try to go up there and do the same thing. You're like, oh shit. I'm gonna let you take care of that, daddy. Okay? Damn. I didn't know it was that heavy. Is it something else I can move around and help out? No, just go in there and watch TV, folks. We got this. Okay. I think I hurt my back too. I need to get in the weight room. When can I go to the weight room? You know what I'm saying? I need to start getting stronger so the next time you got to move something, I'll be able to help. All right, cool. Appreciate that. You gotta wait for that time to come, bro. Let me get off T.O., man, because that fight's not gonna happen. And for those of you sitting up here talking about he should fight Ennis and T.O., it's been said several times over, Crawford's not gonna make any money off that. None at all. He's not gonna make any money off that. Just because he has a championship belt, he's not gonna make any money off that. Real talk, no money. There's not gonna be no real money made off that fight. None. At all. Shout out to my guy Haynes Legacy in the building, man. Salute to you, brother. And thanks for that super chat that you gave me, man. In the Cash App. One love to you and the fam, man. Appreciate you, dog. But I gotta get out of here, man. It's President's Day, and I didn't mean to go on here and be, put a damper. It's a sunny day down here in the South. Hopefully, Ben is on his way over here because, he got to go down here and well, I hope he's heading up to Omaha to pay that debt off. Real talk. One thing I would tell people about any situation where you have a community of individuals who are same-sex orientated, there's nothing you can do about it. But if you secure within yourself, that's all you need to know. Nobody can force me to believe anything else than that. You know what I'm saying? I hear a lot of dudes. You'll be talking to them, and they'll say he down there in the A. If you fuck niggas believe that I'm grouped in the ATL just because this is where I was born and raised, and you niggas still goddamn living where you at, and you'll highlight, oh man, where I stay is a high crime rate. They don't play down here. And then they'll say, oh, WCS is down in the ATL. Then you get them niggas to try to, that's the first thing they think about. Oh, he down there in the ATL, that's where Ben be at, huh? Getting his nails done. That's where Ben be at. I'm just saying. If you're not man enough to walk amongst them, you know what I'm saying? If you're an alpha male, you're a heterosexual, you go out here and you're looking for women, goddammit. You know, trying to group me with all this stuff that's going on down here. That shit don't bother me, bro. Shit don't bother me at all, bro. I'm quite fine with how I move in life. You feel me? So you niggas is always talking about the ATL. You'd be the same niggas that come down here and go to the nightlife and be looking for the women. They say, oh, ATL got this, that, and the other. But they be right down here. Where people want to go? Oh, it ain't shit up here, man. Let's go down to ATL, man. Go to the clubs. Because that's what they want to come down here to the strip clubs. They want to come down here to the nightlife. They want to come down here, you know, for the restaurants. Come on, man. Leave that gay shit for yourself. If that's what you insecure about, then come on out. Let the people know who you truly are. You know what I'm saying? Nobody never hear me talking that shit. A nigga can't fake it. If he's really about that life, he ain't gonna be able to fake it. It's gonna be a part of him to come out and you gonna know that shit. Real talk. But you heard Ben on here using the F word. You know what I'm saying? You know, sissy and faggot back in the day used to be a common thing just to, you know, tell somebody, man, you ain't shit, man. Stop acting like a faggot. You know what I'm saying? That used to be back in the day. But when you get somebody that's using that today to prove a point, that just goes to show you where they at. Believe me, the real ones will understand if any indication, you know what I'm saying, any indication that a person down here like myself is moving funny in the A. I don't let that shit sweat me. And then he brought up me and Mark. Now look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I seen Mark 2 or 3 times down here at a fight and and to do my freaking intro. That's it. That's it. Don't ask me why we ain't. I don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Why we ain't did more work and did all that. It's some other shit. But I brought him to the gym for Brian Norman. I saw him at the tank weigh-in. When Tank came down here and fought, that was it. I don't have nothing to say about the brother. It's just the fact that Ben was over here trying to compare us. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Ain't a nigga on this shit. A fight I done been to. Just because you don't know much about my life, don't mean you're going to sit up here and make something up. You're going to make a storyline about that shit. You know what I'm saying? You just going to create your storyline. Oh, you know where he from, right? When I hear a nigga in public, like at these fights, hey, he from Atlanta, and they look at me funny, I'm looking at you the same way, nigga. Because obviously, you got a phobia about you. You don't have to have a phobia if you already detached and in separation. You don't have to have a phobia about anything. You feel me? Anyway, I'm getting him too much play, man. Let me see. Brooke Cash App still has a... Man, Ben haven't even paid them yet, man. That's fucked up. But, man, 13 likes in the building, man. Y'all ain't showing the brother no love, for real. Hey, I'll get back up with you, man. I'm about to go ahead and handle some business. Salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all pulling up as always. Continue to support the channel. Big shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. Hey, Solid Fisher, you already know I'm out. Peace.